Hi everyone, welcome to my craft room. Today we're making a beautiful card using 3 different stamp sets. I like to mix and match things, so I'm going to be using Coffee with Friends for this image. We're going to be using Rustic Crate for Blessed Beyond Measure, and something fancy for Happy Birthday. So sometimes you just need to mix and match and find the right sentiments to go with the right images that you want to use. So that's what we're going to be doing. So let me change the screen here. Please remember, like, share, and subscribe, do all of that. If you need written instructions, please check the blog. Here's your written instructions. I'm changing up the way I do the measurements here. So everything I'm going to try to do hit like this on the side. I think it looks a little better and you don't have to see my face the whole time. And also I can explain what's up there. So this is an 8.5 by 11, cut in half to 5.5, and then scored in half to make 4.25. 4.25 this way. Okay, so that makes our card fold this way. This is Fresh as a Daisy Designer Series paper. The first layer is 4 by 5.25. That will be centered. The next layer is 3.5 by 5.25, which will give us just a gap on each side, but it goes all the way to the top of that first layer. And then your basic white is 3, the short side here, by 3.25. We're going to layer this a little bit high, so equal on 3 sides, and then on the bottom we're going to put a ribbon. So, all right, let's cut this out of here. Okay, so if you need the written instructions, you don't have to remember all of that. Go to the blog, that'll be in the video description below, and that way you can get all the details and photos and a shopping list so you can order the stuff that I'm using. All right, so in case you didn't know, I am Maria and I am a StampinUp demonstrator, so that means that I order all my supplies from StampinUp, and I'm showing you how to do things so that you can order yourself. And I like StampinUp products because they mix and match very well with each other. So all of the colors I'm going to be using match perfectly. This is Pretty Peacock, which is this color here. And so that's part of the beauty of StampinUp, is everything coordinates very well. Just so you can see, this is the glittered organdy that we're going to be using. It will go right around here on the bottom, like so. This is so pretty. I love all that glitter. And I'm going to show you how to make a bow that will wrap around here, the bow that doesn't move across the ribbon. I'll show you how to make that. If you happen to have one of these, a bow maker, this is the easiest way. I have a video on how to do this with the bow maker. If you don't have one of these, you can use something in the household like, something like this. We're going to be using this today to make that bow, just so I can show you that you can use it with anything. You don't have to have a fancy bow maker. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to do my sentiment and my image first. So from Coffee with Friends, I'm going to use this image here. It's a nice big image. I'm using a nice big block, and we're going to use Memento Black. And since it's so big, I'm going to take the ink to the stamp instead of the stamp to the ink, just to make sure I have everything nice and covered. Okay, beautiful. That's Memento Black, and we're going to go right onto the top portion of this basic white. Give it a nice press. Beautiful. Let's come a little bit closer. That is a beautiful impression. All right, so that is our first piece. Now my sentiment from Rustic Crate, we're using Blessed Beyond Measure. And this one is a photopolymer, so you can see right through it. I'm going to use Pretty Peacock because it is a color in this paper. So we're going to try to match things a little bit. I love these because you can see right through them. You can see exactly where you're stamping. And we're going to just go right in the center there. Blessed Beyond Measure. All right. While I've got the ink out on the inside of the card, we're going to stamp the other sentiment, which is happy birthday, out of something fancy. And this one is one of those red rubber ones. And I'm going to go right in the center here. Beautiful. Happy birthday. Okay, so I'm going to just put this aside and we're going to color the images in here. Let's see, we're going to use some watercolored pencils and a blender pen. Alright, so let's see. We're going to try to get some colors that are in here. So Pretty Peacock, that's Coastal Cabana. Let's see, do we have a Pretty Peacock? I don't have Pretty Peacock in this set. This is the old set of pencils. There is a new set of pencils out. But let's see, we're going to use that one because it's close. That is Coastal Cabana. Let's see what else looks good with that. This is very similar. That is Crushed Curry. And maybe a blue. This is Balmy Blue. Night of Navy. I don't like that one. Let's see. This is Early Espresso. All right, I think we'll stick to that, and then we'll see if we need any more colors. All right, so I'm going to start with the Coastal Cabana. If I had Pretty Peacock, I would use it, but I can't. If I have it, I can't find it. So we're going to color in the shirt here. I'm pressing fairly hard. I don't have to be too careful with it, just stay within the lines. And that blender pen will do its magic for me. I'm going to make her shoes match. Because why not? And we'll give her a Crushed Curry pant. And this does match pretty closely to the leaves in here. All right, and the other lady here, we're going to give her a blue shirt. You can use whatever colors you like, of course. We'll make her shoes match as well. And we'll give her a darker blue pant. This is Night of Navy. More of a blue jean effect. All right, and oops, I forgot to color. Let's do her headband in this same color here. All right, this is Early Espresso because my hair is very dark. My sister's birthday is in November, and I thought this was just a beautiful card. And her hair is really dark as well. I like these, I like the stamp sets that have the ladies in them. It reminds me of my sister so much. All right, and we're gonna make the tag from the coffee in this brown also. Okay, now I'm gonna use the same Early Espresso, but I'm gonna go very lightly on all of these wooden pieces from the bench here. I'm going to avoid this long piece, the brackets. I'm going to avoid those just so they stand out a little bit from the wooden boards. Quick and easy. And I think we'll do the bottom of her shoe in this dark brown as well. All right, now I'm let's get just a scratch paper just to make sure that my pen is clean, and we're going to start blending. And I love these blender pens because they make all this watercolor pencil. It really looks like marker. It's such a beautiful effect. You can leave the watercolor, the pencil as it is, watercolored pencil, right? It is colored pencil, but when you use a blender pen, man, that looks like marker. It's so pretty. So I'm just going to do all the browns, and then we'll clean off the pen and use it again. I do have several pens, but if you just clean the tip, you can just reuse the same pen you've got. Isn't that beautiful though? And just a very slight, very little effort here is what I'm using here. I'm using very light pressure. And man, that's such a beautiful effect. Almost like watercolor. All right, that's beautiful. Okay, clean your pen or simply use the other side of the tip. And let's get our shirts in here. That's so pretty. I'm just touching the color pencil, and man, it just flows so pretty. It kind of blurs in the pencil strokes. So pretty, so easy. All right, and we are done with the coloring. Let's just make sure I go all the way to the little edges here. Beautiful. All right, that was quick and easy. Beautiful. That's so pretty, and it takes such little effort. All right, blender pen and colored pencils. Really easy and very cost effective. I love using these. All right, so now we can assemble this together. I'm going to use liquid glue. I just have a little shot glass that I like to keep my glue upside down in. And we'll just put these two layers together. Now I cut this so that I would have a little bit of an edge on the sides, but not on the top and the bottom. Okay, just like that. Beautiful. So I'm centered this way. This one will be centered on 3 sides at the top. I'm going to use Stampin' Dimensionals to put this up. So these are minis. You can use standard sized ones. I really like the minis though. Going right into the corners. We'll put a couple in the middle. And that will be plenty to give us some height. Okay. Nope, missed one. If you look at it, just kind of, if you see glossy on the stickers, then you know that you got all the paper off. All right, so we're just going to center this on here. Centered on 3 sides, and that is so pretty. Nice little bit of dimension there. So pretty. And now we're going to attach the bow. We're going to make a bow and then attach it. So let's see. If you really want to, you can just lay this across very simply with no bow. You can tie a simple knot on it if you would like. I like to use an attached bow. So let me show you how to do that. And you want to make sure you do this bow before you attach your layers onto your card base. It just looks better. So, all right, if you have a bow maker, you would go, let's see, behind the two posts, You would go over and over, take your cut end and go over and around, and then you could complete the bow. If you don't have one of these, and I understand most people don't, we're going to use, oh goodness, where did I, there it is. We're going to use a little hair comb. Now, I got this at the dollar store. You can use an actual hair comb. This is a hair comb too, but you know, just like a standard one, you can do the same thing. This one just happens to be a good size. This one is maybe 2.5 inches wide, and I like to have maybe a bow maybe 1.5 inches wide. So you can make this however big you want, but the principle to making this bow is the same. I'm going to start the bow about the spot where I want the bow to go. So I've decided I want that bow to go here. So that's where I insert into my comb. Okay, I'm going to go, I'm one tooth in here, so I'm going to go 1 tooth in here. So that would be my behind the 2 posts for my bow maker. I'm going to go behind in the center, whatever your center posts are, right? Go back out the same 1 post in and back out the center. So I have 1 loop here, 1 loop here. Okay, let's do that again. Starting behind everything, I'm 1 loop in here, 1 tine in here, 1 tooth in. Go through the center, that makes 1 loop. Go through that same gap, out through the center. Now I have 1 loop on each side. Okay, I'm going to hold this in the back. This is still attached to my roll. Hold it in the back. I'm going to take this cut end up, down through the middle, push it between the center. Okay, and then I'm going to, you can see how it's going to look there. I'm going to flip this upside down. The piece that is attached to my roll, I'm going to put in my left hand, make a loop. Your cut end, you're going to go up and over and through the loop and pull to the right. Tighten, but don't tighten tight. You want to look at the front first. Let's look at the front. Make sure it's nice and pretty the way you want it. If you're happy with that, tighten tight and then pull it off of your tool. Now there is my attached bow. This bow will not move. It won't slide. I can pull it. It's not going to come unraveled. And I am done making my attached bow. It's attached to the ribbon and it doesn't slide. All right, so now from here, I'm going to attach this bow right onto my card front. So it's right centered exactly where I wanted it to be. I'm going to cut right around here. Now I've made these before, so I can tell you that you need about 12 inches, roughly. So since my bow's already made, I'm just going to snip it right there on the side, and we're going to take some glue dots. I'm going to take 1 glue dot right here in the center to put this knot right down exactly where I want it. Right here in the middle, and that will hold the bow of this, the knot of this bow exactly where I want it. Beautiful. And then I can wrap this around on the other side. And we can use glue dots, we can use Stampin' Seal. I've already got these out, so we're just going to use this. You just need them to stay in place temporarily while you glue the rest of it down, because this whole layer will go onto your card base. All right, now we're just going to make sure this is straight. Let's take a look at the front. That is so pretty. You can fluff up your bow. Isn't that so pretty? Look at how fluffy that bow is. So pretty. And that iridescent, I love this ribbon. And then we're just going to simply attach this right here. onto our card front, and we are almost done here. Isn't that so pretty? All right, we're just going to use liquid glue to put this down onto the card base. Perfect. We're going to center this on that white card base. I love the way we get that little bit of a white background at the outline. So pretty. Now we have the option of a little more bling. Let's go ahead and use some iridescent rhinestones because I think they look really pretty with this sparkly ribbon. Let's use a medium-sized one. Where do we want them? I think right here. A little tiny one right here. Let's use another tiny one up here. Perfect. And there is a beautiful, easy peasy card. Lots of sparkle. Blessed beyond measure. Happy birthday. And I think it represents my sister and I very well. Super easy. I hope you like my videos. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and click that notification bell so that you're notified when I post a new video. And if you look in the video description below, you will see the link to my blog, mariascraftroom.com, and you can see other videos that I've posted, other links, so you have instructions for all of them right from the blog. Thanks for watching.